Danilo Gallinari.
Gallinari steps up for three, puts it in. Gallinari from three. Gallinari a three. He's one of those players the other teams always had. Now the Knicks have an international player who understands the game and can shoot. Al Troutwick back in the Geico Studio suite. I wish we weren't doing this story when I'm hungry, but here we go. Tina Cervasio gets around, and recently she got out there with Danilo Gallinari. Tina, take it away.
Well, Al, we all know that Danilo Gallinari is a shooter, but I recently found out that Gallo honed his shot back in Italy when he was only about 5-6 years old in his parents' garden with a basket. Sound familiar? A garden with a basket? Well, I learned that story and more from Danilo's father, Vittorio, along with some of his friends that own the restaurant Via Della Pace in the East Village on 2nd Avenue and 7th Street when I went out to dinner with Danilo, and, well, let's just say we had a good time. Why don't you join us and take a look? So is this the Gallinari party? Hello. Via Della Pace. This is the Italian table. I'm gonna sit in. Danilo, I want you to introduce me to everybody at the table.
Right next to you, there is Giovanni.
Piacere. Giovanni.
Yes. Next to me, there is my dad, Vittorio.
Yes, Vittorio. Good to see you.
And then on the right side, there is the owner of the place. That is Zio Pietro.
Pietro, good evening. Buonanotte.
And next to him, there is Gabriele Galletti. I don't know what he's doing in New York.
Gabriele, piacere.
A really good friend of mine.
Guys, shall I get some wine?
Yes.
So, red and white.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. So, Danilo, how did you find this restaurant?
Last year there was one guy that used to play basketball in Italy, and he was here with his fiance. His fiance was working in a bar, and he was just here to study. And he gave my number to Giovanni, and Giovanni started to call me. I came here the first time, and I never stopped to come here. It's just a fun place to come, and we know everybody knows each other, and it's just great atmosphere. And we like to stay in a family. This is a family, so that's what we like about this place. Salute to everybody. Salute.
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 Let's talk about basketball a little bit, and you could talk about Coach D'Antoni too, I guess.
Yes, he was my idol actually when I grew up in Milan.
He was.
Yeah, because I was playing basketball and he was playing in my position. I mean, I liked Vittorio as well, but I was closer to the point guard, so when I grew up, D'Antoni was my idol.
Whenever we ask Danilo about when you played with Mike D'Antoni, he says, well, you have to ask my dad. He has all the good stories. No, so what are some of the good stories about Mike D'Antoni?
I don't know if Mike will like the story, so I can tell any story. Well, too much. We played together for 9 years, so we move around all Europe, and so we have so much story that some we can say, someone we cannot. So it's better to say anything, so we don't make wrong.
So we won't. I know we won't get the coach mad at us. What kind of a player was he?
He's a perfect point guard because he's, he's a player that can carry the team. Everyone believe on him, so he has the perfect point guard.
D'Antoni interviene sulla palla, bravissimo. Può andare. D'Antoni cerca un tiro da 3 punti e va. A segno questa volta D'Antoni.
Vittorio, what did you see in Danilo when he was young, when he was 4, 5, 6 years old and he picked up the basketball?
Well, first of all, you can see that he has something special because as soon as he got the ball, he tried to shoot the ball, and sometimes he scored, but not always.
When he was 3.
And usually in Italy, when you give a ball to a little boy, they use his foot. They play soccer, and it start to play basketball. So maybe start everything from there. You can see the talent from when he was young. We have a house with a big garden, and we have a basket on the garden. Usually during the summer we used to play 1-on-1. So I realized that getting better because When he was 13, usually I can beat him easily. When he was 13, 14, I have to use all my body to beat him. So.
How many hours would you play basketball in the Garden in the summer?
I don't remember, but a lot, because it's still a passion for me. So I love the game, and so every time I was finished practice, like in the afternoon, I was coming back home and still playing basketball, because it was the thing that I love to do. So I was doing it all day and every day. And when I had a practice day, I was doing it like all day from morning to night. And the only pause I had was just for lunch and dinner.
Yeah, oh really? That's the only time you stop?
Yeah. It was easy to take care of him when he was young, because just give him a ball and he stay all day to shoot.
Gallinari steps back. That's good.
Arriva le scaloppine del gallo.
Le scaloppine del gallo.
Oh, guarda.
Ravioli, scaloppine del gallo. Scaloppine del gallo.
How do you say this in Italian?
Ravioli d'Aragosta.
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 D'Aragosta. Ravioli d'Aragosta.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
And the scaloppine di gallo is Danilo's signature dish of veal and gnocchi. I had the lobster ravioli, and you can hear more about Italian food, basketball, and hear the chant that Danilo's friends Giovanni and Gabriele sing for him when he makes his three-pointers Wednesday night. That's part 2, Dinner with Danilo on Chase Game Night right before the Knicks play the Hawks out.
I was wondering where the food was. You made me wait long enough.
Well, part 2, it's all about the food and the wine, and it turns out it was Vittorio's birthday that night, so there's a lot of singing in Italian in part 2.